European Ahwazi Human Rights Organization update. Amnesty International: Ahwazi Arabs continue to suffer discrimination in law and in practice. At the time of writing in February 2012, an unfolding wave of repression in Arabistan appeared to have resulted in at least 2 deaths in custody and between 50 to 65 arrests in at least 3 separate locations in the province. Arrests in Shoush, North Arabistan, appeared to have been brought and by the appearance of anti-election slogans painted on walls, while others appeared to be pre-emptory arrests aimed at preventing any gathering of Ahwazi Arabs either on the anniversary of the 14th of February demonstrations or on the 15th of April anniversary of the Day of Rage. Amnesty International said on the Monday 28th of February 2012 in a new sweeping report. Scores of members of Ahwazi Arab minority were reportedly arrested before, during and after demonstrations on the 15th of April 2011. And at least 3 people were killed during clashes with the security forces. The demonstrations, called the Day of Rage, in common with the protests across the Middle East at the time, were marking the 6th anniversary of mass demonstrations, during and following which members of the security force killed dozens of protesters and carried out mass arrests, sparking a cycle of violence and human rights violations, said the 70-page report, released on the 28th of February 2012. At least 4 Ahwazi Arab men reportedly died in custody between the 23rd of March 2011 and mid-May 2011, possibly as a result of torture or result of injuries sustained from torture or other ill treatment. One man, Ijbari Tamimi, was reportedly arrested at home following the 15th of April demonstrations, apparently on suspicion of having been in contact with and having provided information to Al Arabiya TV. According to reports received by Amnesty International, he died in Sepida prison in Ahwaz after being tortured and in a failed attempt to extract a recorded confession, Amnesty International's report said. At least 8 Ahwazi Arabs in Iran, including Hashim Hamidi, said to have been aged only 16, were executed between 5 and the 7th of May 2011. 3 of the 8 were reportedly executed in public. The precise charges those reportedly executed were convicted of are unknown to Amnesty International, as reported said. The Iranian authorities have not acknowledged these executions. However, a police colonel said on the 21st of April 2011 that 8 members of a group he described as the Al-Khalq al-Arab terrorist group had been arrested by security forces accused of the killing of 3 individuals, including a law enforcement official, on the 15th of April 2011. Ahwazi Arab sources have claimed that the 8 were arrested in connection with demonstrations that took place on the 15th of April 2011 in Arabistan province. In either case, they were tried, convicted, and executed within 3 weeks. Amnesty International does not have confirmation concerning most of their trials, although Hashim Hamidi was reported tried without the presence of a lawyer in a trial that lasted only about 10 minutes, the rights groups reported today. Amnesty International also said that discrimination on ethnic and religious grounds also became enshrined in law, policy and practice. The Iranian authorities have long been suspicious of Iran's ethnic minorities, including Ahwazi Arabs, Azerbaijanis, Baluchis, Kurds and Turkmen, many of which are situated in border areas. Despite constitutional guarantees of equality, religious and ethnic minorities, which often intersect, face widespread discrimination in law and practice. These include confiscation of land and property, denial of employment, and restrictions on social, cultural, and linguistic rights, including adequate opportunities to learn the mother tongue and to have it used as a medium of instruction, something the Azerbaijani community has been prominent in demanding in recent years. Members of minority groups may be at disadvantage before the criminal justice system if they are unable to speak Persian, the official language. Well, this can particularly impact rural women, who are less likely to be well educated than their urban counterparts. Religious freedoms, such as restrictions on communal prayers for Sunni Muslims, including on building mosques in large cities, are also restricted. At least one Ahl al-Haq shrine was reportedly destroyed in 2011 by Iranian officials, who also blocked attempts by worshippers to rebuild it, the report said. Demands by ethnic minority rights activists for greater rights have for many years been suppressed in the context of armed opposition from some groups, particularly from the Ahwazi Arab, Kurdish and Baluch communities. Activists from the communities who advocate for greater respect and protection of the rights of their communities, which face discrimination in law and practice in Iran, risk numerous human rights violations ranging from arbitrary arrest to the death penalty after unfair trial, as well as restrictions on movement and denial of other civil rights. This pattern continues in the context of a wide and generalized suppression of most forms of dissent over government policies, Amnesty International said. The use of minority languages, including Arabic, in state-controlled workplaces and for teaching in school remains outlawed. Thank you.